Jassi on The Real Housewives of Potomac is a clear communicator. Jassi's communication with the ladies is clear and crisp, and you know exactly what she is talking about. Particularly with Angel, Jassi was the one person on the cast who spelled it out clearly for Angel. She said, last night when we were all hanging out, you hugged it out. Then after you speak with Kay, then you are now back mad at Giselle and crying, and you seem to be more withdrawn. And Angel really didn't have a solid response for Jassi, but I wanted to make sure that I gave kudos and I propped out Jassi on The Real Housewives of Potomac for laying things out clearly for Angel. Angel is having a very hard time. I think that it's mostly due to her feeling like she has to be blindly loyal to Kiarna instead of organically getting to know the cast. I've said this before. I think that's a huge mistake, Angel. Also, obviously, we learned that Angel gets inside her own head and she fills her head with negative thoughts about her body and how people are viewing her when they're not even looking at her body shape. And I think she's gorgeous. I love a variety of body shapes because that is a part of our world. That is life. She's a mother. She's given birth. She looks fantastic. She looks gorge. But I can tell that Angel gets inside her head and she could hear one thing and it'll have one meaning, but it'll translate to something else regarding her body. That's just my opinion, Angel. That's just how I am interpreting you and your energy on the show. But definitely take heed to Jassi's words that you are one way, a little bit more relaxed, more open. And then after you talk to Kiarna, after you kind of check in with Kiarna and you check her temperature, then you take on that same temperature, that same coldness towards the other women whom you just kind of squash the issues with. And that's a huge inconsistency. But thank you, Jassi, because you definitely did your part in that scene with Angel. I thank you so much. Now, I do have a question though. Whatever Kiarna allegedly told you about Wendy, are you putting some stank on it, Jassi? Is it really more so watered down than what you're giving us? I do have that question. I do have that doubt. But with Angel, bravo.